guys, it is time for our tarot teachings of the week. So we have completed the major arcana and now we are on to the minor arcana. The minor arcana has 4 different sections, okay? We're going off the writer's tarot with me explaining to you the format of those sections. They're the suits. So the first section, suit, etc., is cups. The second is wands. The third is pentacles, and the fourth is swords. You will see in different tarots, okay, the creator may switch around the order of the suits. Some tarot, they may start the wands instead of the cups. And some tarots, they might end with the coins or pentacles instead of swords. Another thing to notate, in a lot of different tarot decks, they will rename the suits to fit the theme of their deck. So in some readings, like for an example, some tarot decks will represent chalices instead of cups. Some will say branches instead of wands, coins instead of pentacles, darts or daggers instead of swords, and it can go far from there. The rule of the thumb, though, is to see them as cups, wands, pentacles, and swords. You will probably hear me go back and forth from coins to pentacles because I organically normally say coins, but pentacles is the staple term. So we're going to start with the cups, and then next week we'll move on to the wands. Cups are ruled by the element water. Okay, so that's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cups are all about nurture, okay, compassion, mysterious romance, relationships. Anything regarding the suit of cups is about self, emotions. Cups are something that's pulled. It's not like in the question or the reading or etc. You're not focusing on really 3D world aspects. You're not focusing on money and etc. Even if the question is retaining to money, if you will pull a card in the cups, it's representing the way it's going to end up filling and expanding and flourishing in this existence. If there was a straight up question about the fruition of income, it would be a pentacle card that would be tied to that. If we had the same exact type of reading and there was something stating that for your highest timeline to receive this next promotion or etc., you're going to have to stand up for your emotions. You're going to have to stand up for your worth and show that you're willing to fight for this position. That would be a mixture of a swords card, a cups, and a coin. Now I know I just threw a lot at you, but I just implanted a seed in your pot again that's going to continue to grow. All you need to know for now is the cups always represent a nurture, caring, relationship, dynamic part of the reading and energy. Alright, so also every single suit is connected to a time of the year. Cups are connected to summer. It's about initiating change and etc. It's the depth of feelings. The summer starts the first day of Cancer. Also, the astrological correspondences to the cups, the Cancers, and that is from June 21st to July 22nd. Number 2, Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st. Number 3, Pisces, February 19th to March 20th. All right. Now, let's go on to explaining each individual card in this suit. So you remember how with the major. Card number 1 was technically card 0. Well, in the cups, card 1 is actually called ace. So anytime you see an ace, it's actually saying the first card of that suit. So the Ace of Cups represents raw emotional energy. It's new loves. It's artistic abilities, being imaginative, joyful. It's somebody that brings lights into your life, and it is a very inspiring time. Consistency hasn't even had time to form over yet because of how fresh a new beginning is with the Ace of Cups. If you would pull it in reverse, what that would represent is having like a block or a distrust, or really having to end something to allow your new beginning to flow. It's picking self a lot when you get the ace in reverse because it hurts. It's something that you want to be new, you want to be fresh, but just too much is tumbled over. And a lot of times in readings, it can mean literally somebody blocking their energy from you, etc. That goes all onto the plate of the other cards involved. That's what ace overall means. Up hand and reversal. Now, let's move on to card 2, which is the 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups is about union, true love, soulmates, karmic connections coming together. It's about harmonious relationships and a mutual attraction. If I were to pull 2 of Cups in a romance reading, it would state to me that both these people want the same thing and they're compatible. And there's authenticity and real love in this dynamic. The 2 of Cups in reverse is like distrust, it's miscommunication. It is also a sense of self-love too, though. Okay? If there was a 2 of Cups in the reverse, it's spirit stating you are correct, there's something missing, your intuition is not off, and somebody could be lying or holding something back. It's stating that the connection isn't really serving you. That's overall what the 2 of Cups represents. Now, onto card 3. That is the 3 of Cups. So the 3 of Cups up hand represents affection, friendship, celebration, gatherings, happiness, good times. If I was to pull the 3 of Cups up hand when asking, am I going to see somebody? And it's paired with a bunch of other cards, I would state in most readings, if I pull the 3 of Cups up hand, it is stating that this gathering is coming together. We may not know exactly how, when, or why, but the confirmation of all that comes with the other cards. Having 3 of Cups in that reading to begin with shows the story is not over yet, and there is something more. And it could also be paired, a lot of times 3 of Cups can also be paired to platonic relationships and etc., not just romantic. The 3 of Cups in reverse represents like social exhaustion. It's needing to change your introspection and feeling very overwhelmed, like you've taken on too many people's emotions or too much responsibility where you have to spend a lot of time working with others, coexisting. It's taking on too much and seeing you have to let go of some social aspects, responsibilities that you put on yourself. And if other individuals don't understand why you have to pull back time for self, then they're another piece of the puzzle to figure out. But the 3 of Cups up hand overall, it's about gatherings, it's about social, it's about not reminiscing in a nostalgic way, in an honorable, right way. Now let's move on to number 4. Number 4, the 4 of Cups up hand represents like being bored. It's a disconnect. It's feeling weary. It's feeling like, you could be pretty alone and that you have to set self-limits. And it also can mean a state of needing to go into meditation, look inwards. A lot of times, if I were to pull the 4 of Cups, then I'd be asking, what is this person thinking of you? We pull the Four of Cups. What it's stating is that this person is not sure about your connection. They're not completely doubting it, but they're not completely believing. They're spending a lot of time trying to figure things out, and they're very confused with other aspects of their life. It would state to me that there's so much more going on than it seems. If we pull the Four of Cups in reverse, it represents stubbornness, introspection still, but more about, I would see, the introspection not being willing to be changed, a state of avoidance and withdrawal. It's not self-isolation, it's almost self-exile. Four of Cups in reverse is letting you know there's something within self that's being stubborn. The Four of Cups up here lets you know more it's within the other person in the dynamic. That's Four of Cups overall. Now, let's move on to 5. 5 of Cups up hand represents loss, despair, grief, negativity. It's about like old wounds could be resurfacing and having a pessimistic sight to life. If you were pulling the 5 of Cups in a question asking about your own law of attraction, and you pull the 5 of Cups, well, it's stating you are not talking to yourself in the way that is serving your highest timeline. You are not meeting the frequency which you want your manifestations to flow. It's not to scare you. It's to tell you and wake you up, hey, you gotta start thinking differently. It all starts within here. This is the power. This is the battery that propels everything else. You have to think of your manifest. You have to think of your thoughts as the ignition to a car. We all know that rev, etc. starts it up, but then after that, other parts of the car, like transmission, etc., take over, and that's what keeps the battery going. But without that first ignition, nothing else would have been able to happen. That's your thoughts. If you pull 5 of Cups in reverse, it means you've moved forward. You've made everything happen for a reason. You've harnessed the self-forgiveness of the situation. You've recovered. It's a very good card. It's a card you want to pull in reverse. And another thing I like about the 5 of Cups is something I feel whenever you pull the 5 of Cups, it's showing you not everything is as it seems. It's a card you want to pull in reverse. There are quite a few cards that you want to pull in reverse. It's not always uphand good, reversal bad. There are some times where it's the exact opposite, or something along the lines of the Four of Swords where neither one's really good, but it's not bad either, if you understand what I'm stating. So, 5 of Cups is a card that shows you not everything is what it seems. Number 6, the 6 of Cups. It's about uphand, nostalgia. It's looking backwards. It's about like a childlike. It could be about childhood and etc. as well, depending on the cards and what type of reading. It does state to a more innocent time of life and what was. A lot of times in certain connections, it can mean a past life connection that is in a nostalgic state of mind, and in this lifetime, like you're not together. And somebody remembers and feels your past lives, but is denying it, or living in a state of, oh, that it could have happened, but now it's in the past. It's not looking forward. So depending on the other cards and the type of reading, it will go 2 different ways. The 6 of Cups in reverse is being at peace with the past. It's making things happen in this lifetime. It's not being in a nostalgic state. It's remembering your past life and embracing that there's still more to the story in this lifetime together as well. It's 6 of Cups in reverse is understanding you have that past life connection, and it's meant to be more here. So in love readings, a lot of times when I do my own readings, which another aspect we will dive into after you understand all the cards, is a complete flow of what I call surfing with the cards. I'll explain it to you. But for me, part of my surf is if I get a Six of Cups and it's a love dynamic, I already know they have a past life together. No doubt. So you can bookmark that for yourself. The Six of Cups. Number 7, the Seven of Cups. It uphand is about fantasy, dreams. It can depend on the rest of the cards and etc. It can mean nightmares even. There's a sense of dreams or nightmares. It's somebody having psychic abilities but being confused about it. It's living in a world. It's a representation of living in a world that makes you believe you have to choose between real world and reality, and real world and fantasy, not realizing that your fantasies can be in your reality with the laws of physics. The Seven of Cups uphand to certain individuals would be wishful thinking. Depending on the reading, the other cards would tell me if that is to allow me to verify that somebody is being delusional, or if somebody connected to them is being delusional, or if it's that other way. If it's meaning you're living around a bunch of people that are telling you you can't when you can. The Seven of Cups in reverse is like being overwhelmed. It's having deception and having a lot of choices and not being sure which way to go. It's stating you need more time before making a decision. There's too many moving parts and you're feeling pressured. It's stating to not make a decision before you have more communication and time to analyze. Number 8, the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is about letting go. It's a bittersweet end. It's like knowing it's time for something to pass forward, but it doesn't mean you ended on a bad note. Think of Eight of Cups as, it's like when you want to break up. It's like when you know it's time to break up with somebody, but it's not. It's like a relationship in the past where nothing went bad. You didn't think they were like a rude partner or anything. It's just the spark went away, and you can't deny it. And the best thing you can do is end it before it goes bad, because of the fact that there's no more connection. There's some people that end things prematurely because they're scared of how deep the connection is, and then there's other individuals who, you know, it would just be stringing things along. Eight of Cups uphand is saying this is and has served its purpose in your life and it's time to move forward. Eight of Cups in reverse is like clinginess. A lot of times when I pull the Eight of Cups in reverse, it's somebody unwilling to let go, and it could be a verification that either the person I'm giving the reading or the person the reading is about, it has a deep sense of codependency. Now, it depends on the reading, because not every reading, not every person I pull that card for is it going to mean that. It could also mean that you have had to go inwards and see why in the past you had a clinginess issue, or being hypersensitive, or why there wasn't full fruition with another person. It can go into so many aspects, but overall, Eight of Cups uphand is you let go of the bittersweetness and took it full force with courage and went forward. The reversal would mean there is still a lot of things to unpack with your own toxic tendencies, or unpacking why you were the way you were in the past and have overcame that. Number 9, Nine of Cups. Uphand represents contentment, gratification. It's having faith on your side, and it's having your wish fulfillments come to full fruition. It's about outer and inner peace. Nine of Cups uphand is a deep, deep abundance card. It means wish fulfillment has hit. You have reached another level. You have opened up another treasure box. The Nine of Cups in reverse means something's missing, but so the Nine of Cups in reverse is being like a warrior to your emotions, okay? It can be overindulgence, but it also can mean that you're good with knowing that you don't have to know the full picture to have your fruition. Remember, it still depends on the other cards and how these all read together. They're never just one staple meaning. Nine of Cups in reverse could mean somebody's overindulging and they need to set some limits with self. It could also mean though that the person's completely at peace with fate, that they don't need to know all of the details, even if in that moment they would like to know it. They know if it's not being told, Spirit's protecting them, or Spirit will let them know when they're truly ready to find it. I find the Nine of Cups in reverse to be a little bit of a misunderstood card, or maybe along the lines of even a frenzy card. Alright, number 10, the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is about comfort, harmony, prosperity, bliss, love, serenity, making stable bonds and having like a new home structure. Ten of Cups is the family abundance card. It is stating that you have a happy home life, that your house, family is secure. If you were asking a question about the reading, how is it going to be with the love of your life? How is it going to be in your future family? And we have the Ten of Cups mixed with a lot of cards. I know that that's a prosperous dynamic. I know that's high vibrational. If we would pull the Ten of Cups in reverse, it represents misaligned views, having disharmony, relationship struggles, a lot of mental abuse in a household. It can be at times, depending on the cards it's paired with. Sometimes it could just mean two people are so disconnected and they're not trying to be, and there's not a sense of overpowering. It's just two deeply misunderstood connections. Two people that used to see each other like this, but time and outside forces made this turn to this, not being able to connect at all. Ten of Cups in reverse, if I would pull Ten of Cups in reverse in a relationship counseling session, which I call soul bonding, where I have two either lovers, two partners, or I've even had platonic meetups where it's the person who requested the reading paired with their parent, etc. It's different. But if I was in one of those readings and I pulled the Ten of Cups in reverse and I could feel the dynamic that these two are healthy individuals, I would know that there's a misunderstanding. It's like they really do feel the same way about wanting the happiness, wanting the other person to feel like they could be themselves. But there's these things that I have to help them click together, and the other cards will put it together. The Ten of Cups up hand is an overall home, family, abundance card. Number 11. So this is where we go to 11 through 14. Are not actually called 11, 12, etc. Card 11 is the Page. Okay, so card 11, the Page of Cups up hand, represents sensitivity. It's being intuitive. It's having a tender heart. Very youthful energy, curiosity. The Page of Cups is like, I'm going on an adventure type of energy. It's starting life fresh, feeling like nothing can stop you. A lot of times the Page of Cups feeling is like right when you graduated high school, college, etc., completing that like big milestone tasks in life. Page of Cups feeling is that. The Page of Cups in reverse is having like emotional immaturity, overindulgence as well, and missed chances. It's not having balance. The Page of Cups in reverse is kind of living in a what-if mindset, and it's not allowing yourself to embrace those moments when Spirit's saying, take a leap of faith. Page of Cups in reverse can be compared to other cards, more of a one that's telling me don't let this opportunity get. Number 12, the Knight. The Knight of Cups up hand is a romantic, chivalrous card. It's a delicate soul who's affectionate, but very charming and assertive. It's easy to listen, and get almost hypnotized into a Knight of Cups energy. It's a lot about, though, a charmer who is not a player. The Knight of Cups is a very charismatic, charming individual who is not in it for the wrong reasons or to just get what they want or a good smooth talker. They genuinely meet the frequency of how people see them. They generally have this kind heart and this courage that lights up a room. The Knight in reverse is somebody who doesn't really have clear direction. They could be kind of moody. Passive aggression is a big thing. If I would pull Knight of Cups in reverse in a reading asking, it doesn't really matter this way, but this is what I'm being called to say. So how does somebody view you? If they would get the Knight of Cups in reverse, they would state that they see you as like this person that could be kind of passive aggressive or doesn't know how to make their decisions clear, can be a sense of a walked over person. If the Knight of Cups was pulled up hand asking the same question about you, they would state that this person sees you as a very charismatic person, that you're charming, beautiful from the inside out, easily seductive, and at the same time so pure. Number 13, the Queen of Cups. That up hand is a nurturing, elegant, perceptive person. It's somebody that leads their intuition through kindness, and a part which is a little bit of, I won't even call it a frenzy card, it's just an amplified thing. It's like me putting salt and pepper on the card, I guess, is whenever I pull Queen of Cups, I know that there is some form of deep sexual, sensual attraction. That this person sees you as, I'm just trying to keep it a little bit, PG-13, etc. Even though YouTube's pretty cool with stuff, you still want to do that. The Queen of Cups up hand represents somebody sees themselves being able to have like a family with you. Somebody seeing that you have good morals, good blood, good genes, and would like to start anew with you and could explore a lot of different parts of themselves with you. That is depending on the type of reading and the other cards aligned. But overall, the Queen of Cups represents that elegant source that leads through emotional intelligence. The reversal would be codependency, having emotional baggage and having to prioritize self-care. A lot of times Queen of Cups in reverse, it's stating that, we all have our baggage, right? Our past, etc. But there's a difference between like, hey, this is this is stuff I've already unpacked in my life, and it has a spot, and I've settled it, and it's safe. It has its spot in its drawer, its spot in my closet, etc. It's wide open. This is what I've overcame. Versus somebody that still has all of their bags packed, their closet locked tight, etc. with those skeletons. If I were to pull the Queen of Cups in reverse, I would state that there's somebody who is trying to keep their skeletons closed in a bag that's like ripping open at the seams. It's somebody who needs to prioritize self-care, hygiene, and stuff quite a bit as well. Remember, depending on the reader. Overall, Queen of Cups up hand it's a very powerful card. I mean, either way, it's a powerful card, but up hand shows that emotional intelligence is a leading factor for the person involved with the reading. And lastly, but not leastly, the King. The King of Cups up hand represents a peaceful, calming leader. It's a leader whose presence really embraces ambiance and appreciates the little things. They're a balance. A lot of times King is a fatherly person. If I would be pulling a card and I would ask, like, let's say if I was doing a mediumship reading, and for the ones who aren't aware, mediumship means talking to dead people. It means being able to connect to that realm to channel messages here. If I were in a reading, a mediumship reading, and I pulled the King of Cups up hand paired with some other cards, I would know I'm talking to a father figure nonetheless in this person's life. Somebody who is either an older brother, a dad, a grandpa, etc., that was pivotal in their understandings and they had a deep appreciation and looked up to. The King of Cups in a reading that would be for a person that's still here, like a love reading, they would be a good parent. They would be one with their masculine nature, no matter how they identify. That means their nurture, their compassion, their sympathy is their feminine. Their masculine is their willpower, their go-getter attitude, and ability to keep composure. They are a leader who is balanced and able to really make things special. It's like the father or etc. that would do really, this is the only thing I can think of right now, is it's like the little things your dad would do to make you feel special as a kid, or you would do for your child, take it as it resonates. Special moments on Christmas or birthdays. It's that feeling of wanting to make somebody proud. If we were in a self-reading and you pulled the King of Cups up hand, people would want to make you feel proud of them. People would see you as this calming, very protective and parental figured force. The King of Cups in reverse is manipulation, feeling overwhelmed, and needing to hold more self-compassion. The King of Cups in reverse, depending on the reading, can be taking too much responsibility to where there's no way for you to handle it all. It's taking on more responsibility than your craft is ready for. If it's a reading, regarding another person, and it's that manipulation factor, it can be that somebody wants you to think they are more experienced than they actually are. And it's not about the energy of, you've heard fake it till you make it. It's far beyond that. It's like somebody who does stolen valor. And in case you don't know what that means, stolen valor is like somebody who pretends to have been in the military or be in the military, and they've never even stepped foot in boot camp. The King of Cups is a very powerful card. And the up hand overall represents that energy of safety, trust, compassion, and respect, because whoever involved respects you. It's a mutual force. Alright, that's what I got for y'all today with the cups. We have completed the cups, the first suits, and we will move on to the wands. Yep, the wands next week. Alrighty guys, and remember, if you have any questions, you want to send me your pictures of your spreads, etc., do not hesitate to send me a message on Patreon. Alrighty guys, I'll see you when I see you. Let's get it.